Good morning. It is 7:45 a.m. About to get the kids up for school. Today I am filming a what we eat in a day. I don't think I've ever done one of these before actually, but I enjoy watching other people's, so I thought I would make one myself. So right now I'm just making some coffee and I'll show you how I like to make my coffee. Okay, so I use this Oster iced coffee maker. I've had it for about a year and I absolutely love it. I used to buy like Starbucks brand iced coffee. This is so much cheaper though. So I put some water, that you can't really see, but you put water in the bottom. And then you put this piece back on. Sorry. You put this piece back on. What's going on? Okay, yeah, it's good. And you have to turn it to water. I have a scoop. It comes with a scoop for measuring the coffee. So I did a scoop of the Starbucks Verona. And then I filled my cup with ice. And I'm just going to press the button on the side. Oh, maybe, hang on. Anyways, and let that steep or brew. And I'll show you what else I do. All right, so my coffee's done brewing. I absolutely love using this because before I would brew hot iced coffee, like double strength, add ice to it and keep it in the fridge, but then it would taste kind of like stale coffee. Whereas this, it tastes like nice, fresh coffee and it's still like iced and cold. It's great, I love it. I'm gonna add 2 pumps of this caramel and then I'm going to add a little bit of creamer into this and I'm gonna froth it with my frother here. So I'll show you how I do that. So I like to add, for a small cup like this, I do 2 tablespoons of creamer. And if I use my bigger venti size cup, then I do 3. Gotta pull it out. There we go. So I'm not doing Weight Watchers anymore. I'm sort of calorie counting right now. Just because I didn't like how Weight Watchers limits the type of food that I can eat. There's a cat in my tree. Hang on. My goodness, who are you? Anyways, like basically if you have like bread on Weight Watchers, it's gonna take like 8 points just to have like 2 slices of bread. Whereas if you calorie count, it's like 100 calories, right? So yeah, I just needed a little bit more freedom. So I'm doing calorie counting right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get the kids breakfast made. Then I've got to like get a little bit more ready because I look crazy right now. So good. Okay, so for breakfast today, the kids are having yogurt. Here's my oldest. So she has a bunch of homemade yogurt. I just make it in my Instant Pot and store it in these jars. It's super thick. We love it. Some homemade granola, sliced banana, and frozen blueberries. My 4-year-old does not like anything in his yogurt except for a little bit of sprinkles. That's what he has. Then my 1-year-old, I just did mostly bananas, blueberries, and granola with like a couple tablespoons of yogurt. I'm going to mix it up so that he can feed himself since he prefers to do that. So that is their breakfast today. There's what it looks like all stirred up. All right, so here's my 10-year-old's lunch. I've been trying to find a bento that will fit all of her food because she eats a lot. But I think this one should do the trick. So she's got 2 granola bars, some chips, some peppers, and strawberries. And then she has 2 ham and cheese sandwiches. So hopefully that'll be enough. We will see. I had some yogurt packed for her too, but I think my husband took it thinking it was his. So whatever, she has yogurt this morning, so that's fine. Last night I made some sourdough bread, which is sliced and put away right now. But I'm making a feta dip, or yeah, kind of like a feta spread. It'll sort of be the consistency of beersen when it's done. I also have a ton of peppers. So I'm gonna slice these up and roast them to have with my sourdough toast. So I've got feta, and I'm gonna use a bit of this cream cheese, not all of it, some honey, some jalapeno, pepper, and some olive oil. And so I'm just gonna I'm gonna cut this up and then I'm gonna blend it in my food processor. I'll show you what it looks like as I do that. My 1-year-old was hungry, so he is having some animal crackers. I get these at Superstore. It's a massive box for like $8, so I think it's a pretty good deal. And yeah, he likes those. All right, so in here I have half of that block of cream cheese, the whole container of feta, and also about a third of that jalapeno. I decided to save the rest for when I do pizza on Friday. And I'm just gonna add in a few drizzles of olive oil. And I'm gonna add like a spoonful of honey and then a bunch of cracked pepper. So my veggies, I just drizzled them with some oil and seasoned them with salt and pepper. I'm gonna throw these into the oven now at 350 for, I don't know, until they seem done. All right. All right, I'm just gonna scrape down the sides and then blend it again. Oh man, this is so good. That honey really complements the feta. I was going to get lemon to add to this and I totally forgot to buy it, but it still tastes pretty good. All right, so I just stuck that back into the feta container and that is going in the fridge until lunch. I've got some stuff thawing for dinner. I'm making a ham pasta casserole. So I've got some cream and chicken soup that I made on Monday. It's Wednesday now. Probably could have left it in the fridge, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it this week or next week. So anyways, these are thawing. Got some cheese. I always get a massive block and I slice half and shred half and then I freeze what we're not using right away. And so this is thawing for that. So we're not gonna use all of this, about half. I've got some ham thawing as well. And yeah, I will show you that meal when I put it together. So yeah, I don't normally eat breakfast, but I'm kind of hungry this morning. So I think I'm just gonna have one of these homemade granola bars. That should tide me over until lunch in about an hour. So I don't really do like structured planned snacks. I let the kids eat what they want within reason. So I have like this cart with options they can have. It's all pre-portioned and they can grab like 2 things at a time. Yeah, just a minute. So I'll show you what all I have in there. Okay, so up top we have fruit. I like that to be their first choice. We have oranges, apples, pears, and bananas. These bananas, we actually like to eat them like this, but I think by tomorrow or the day after, I'll probably put them in the freezer. We do have more fruit over there. Ignore all that other stuff there. Over here, we've got some homemade granola bars in containers. Some nuts. I usually do honey roasted and barbecue peanuts, but it's usually my husband that eats those. And then here we have pretzels, animal crackers, and some other crackers, and some microwave popcorn portioned out here. I need to clean this one out. It had rice cakes, but I haven't bought those in a while. All right, so it's 11:40 now. A little early for lunch, but everyone's kind of like fighting and getting grumpy, so pretty sure everyone's hungry. So let me show you what I made for the kids and then what I'm making for myself. So Isla's at school and you saw her lunch already. Today is sandwiches. So I don't usually plan out what type of sandwiches to do, just sandwiches, and then I give the kids the type that they want. So I'm having sourdough toast today. I thought my 1-year-old might like that too, so I gave him a little bit of that whipped feta that I made earlier, just a thin bit, so that's not spicy. And I put some jam on too, and he's got some grapes cut up. And I knew my 4-year-old would not like that at all, so he's just having a hot dog. We had to use up these homemade hot dog buns anyways, so that is their lunch. All right, so I just baked this sourdough bread last night. I usually make it in my Dutch oven, so it's like round and bigger slices, but I wanted to try making it in my loaf pans today. So I'm gonna do 2 pieces. It turned out okay. I think I need to play around with it a little bit more, but yeah, this is so much more convenient for sandwiches though. So yeah, I'm just gonna build my toast here. I'm not actually toasting it because the bread's still nice and fresh and I kind of like it softer, but tomorrow when I have this, I will definitely toast it. All right, so there it is. So I've never done roasted peppers on sourdough toast before, but I have so many peppers to get through. I bought a big box of like markdown peppers. So trying this, normally I do like slices of tomato, but I pretty much always do like a spreadable cheese. Haven't actually tried the whipped feta, but it is really good so far. So yeah, that's my lunch today. So we very often drink like super watered down juice, just like a cup or 2 a day, usually 1 at lunch and 1 at dinner. So that is what we're all gonna have now, and the baby is having milk. Yes, there's everyone's drinks. I'm gonna see if the baby will nap now. All right, it's about 1 o'clock. Time for another coffee. I am wiped today. I don't know why, I'm just so tired. I probably should have started with a bigger coffee, but making the big one now. So let me show you what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm just using this again, making it in my bigger iced coffee cup with the sippy lid. These are the 2 coffees that are my favorites. This one, this is like the store brand of the grocery store I like to shop at.
the West Coast Dark. It tastes so much like the Starbucks Cafe Verona. So if you're in Canada and you shop at Superstore, look for this coffee. It is so good. And I love the packaging on this. It comes just in paper. But this one, it's not pre-ground, so I'm choosing to use the Verona this time because I'm just feeling kind of lazy. But notice it says it's bold with cocoa notes, and this one too, dark cocoa and burnt sugar. So they taste very similar to me. This one has just been on sale for the last month, so I've been buying it. But normally this is what I get, and this is more of a treat. Something I've been doing if my yogurt is getting close to the end of being good is I freeze it in nice cube trays and put it into a bag, and then this is what I put into smoothies. So this time I'm using this creamer. Oh, it's so good. So I'm using 3 tablespoons. Yes, I know there's a lot of sugar in my coffee, but that's okay. So I'm getting started on dinner now. This is the recipe that I'm going to be making. It's from a company's Coming cookbook I got at the secondhand store. Lots of good recipes in here. Oh, I forgot the onion, whatever. I am going to use just whole wheat penne in here. Got some cheese, some cut up ham, and some tomatoes, some cream of chicken soup. I made this on Monday to prep, and I'll need a splash of milk and some mustard, and then I'm also adding in a bit of cream cheese for creaminess. I'm going to put like a handful of cheddar in that sauce, and then also sprinkle some on top, and I'm going to put some green onions on top as well. So I'm boiling the pasta. I'm getting everything ready so I can get it into a casserole dish and just have it ready to cook when we're ready to have dinner. I'm going to leave some pasta set aside plain for the kids who do not like sauces and stuff.
No.
I forgot. This recipe also calls for a little bit of mustard. Maybe I said that. I know I didn't show it. This is going in there too. Alright, I think my sauce is almost done. Just finishing melting the cream cheese. I'm just cooking the onions and the ham a little bit. The ham's already cooked, but I just want to kind of crisp it up a bit. We sort of like bacon. And then I'm going to combine these things and toss in the pasta and then put it into the baking dish. Oh, and the tomatoes too at some point. I'll show you what I do. My husband texted me and was like, so what are we having for dinner tonight? And I was like, oh, this ham pasta casserole. And he's like, ham pasta, huh? Like what? But I think it'll be good. All right, I think that's good. I'm gonna add in my sauce and my pasta and then the tomatoes. Added in some pepper. All right, this is gonna go into the baking dish. It'll be topped with cheese and green onions. All right, there it is. It smells pretty good. It looks pretty good. Hopefully it'll be good. All right, so I just finished making a salad. Dinner is almost ready. Whew. And I'm just getting lunch together for the 2 older kids. So got some strawberries and peppers, animal crackers, and granola bars, and pasta will go in those containers. I also just pulled some bagels out of the freezer. So this will be for the 4 kids for breakfast tomorrow. My daughter will have a whole one, and my stepson will have a whole one, and then the 4-year-old and 1-year-old will probably just split one. Okay, so for dressings, we have homemade ranch. I just use my homemade ranch mix, some mayo, white wine vinegar, and water, or a honey Dijon that I made, or it might be brown sugar Dijon, but I use white wine vinegar and water in that as well, or we have peanut lime. Obviously, you can tell I really like reusing these containers. All right, there's everyone's plates. I like to start them off just a little bit, and then they can add more, or they can have seconds if they want. So, pickiest one, no dressings or sauces. My daughter's pretty good about eating everything. Got homemade ranch on the salads. The baby's even having a little salad now. And we'll see what this guy eats. He's pretty temperamental with food. And everyone's having a cup of juice from what I showed earlier. I usually make that gallon every day or every 2 days. It lasts about a day and a half, a gallon of juice. And I water it down so that it's like half the strength of what it's supposed to have, and then the baby's is watered down half again. So, and this top is just stained because it's old. These are like vintage Tupperware cups.